my witness that we shall no longer walk alone.
I give to you of my heart and body, that we two might be one.
And I give to you of my spirit until our life shall be done.
after considerable thought and reflection. And as with any aspect of life, has its cycles, has its ups and downs, its trials and its triumphs. With full understanding of this, probably more than any of us know, Joe and Kim have come here today to be joined as one in marriage. Joe and Kim have chosen this reading, Thoughts on Love by Kahlil Gibran. When love beckons to you, follow him. Though his ways are hard and steep. They're pretty, I told them.
Better late than never.
Right. And when his wings enfold you, yield to him, though the sword hidden among his pinions may wound you. When he speaks to you, believe in him, though his voice may shatter your dreams as the north wind lays waste to the garden. For even as love crowns you, so shall he crucify you. Even as he is for your growth, so is he for your pruning. Even as he ascends to your height and caresses your tenderest branches that quiver in the sun, so shall he descend to your roots and shake them in the clinging of the earth. Like sheaves of corn, he gathers you unto himself. He threshes you to make you naked. He sifts you to free you from your husks. He grinds you to whiteness. He kneads you until you're pliant, and then he assigns you to his sacred fire, that you may become sacred bread for God's sacred feast. All these things shall love do unto you, that you may know the secrets of your heart, and in that knowledge become a fragment of life's heart. But if you fear you would seek only love's peace and love's pleasure, then it's better for you that you cover your nakedness, pass out of love's threshing floor, and go into the seasonless world where you'll laugh, but not all of your laughter, and you'll weep, but not all of your tears. Love gives not but itself, and takes not but from itself. Love possesses not, nor would it be possessed. For love is sufficient unto love. When you love, you should not say, God is in my heart, but rather I am in the heart of God. And think not you can direct the course of love, for love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. Love has no other desire but to fulfill itself. But if you love and must needs have desires, let these be your desires: to melt and be like a running brook that sings its melody to the night, to know the pain of too much tenderness, to be wounded by your own understanding of love, and to bleed willfully and joyfully, and to wake at dawn with a winged heart and give thanks for another day of loving, to rest at the noon hour and meditate on love's ecstasy, to return home at eventide with gratitude, and then to sleep with a prayer for the beloved in your heart and a song of praise upon your lips. At this time, we're going to do the wedding vows. You guys ready? It's here.
We're ready.
We're ready.
Okay. Kimberly and Joe, God has given you a second chance at love. What God has given again? Well, let's try your best not to mess it up, okay? Kimberly and Joe, what is it that you ask? Joe?
In the presence of God, family, and friends, I ask you, Kimberly Rose, to be my wife.
In the presence of God and family and friends, I ask you, Joseph Michael, to be my husband.
What is it that you give?
I give to you my witness, that we shall no longer walk alone. I give to you of my heart and body, that we two might be one. And I give to you of my spirit, until our life shall be done.
I give to you my witness, that we shall no longer walk alone. I give to you of my heart and body, that we two might be one. And I give to you of my spirit, until our life shall be done.
And what is it that you promise?
We tried memorizing. I promise to turn towards you first, and to cherish you as a true gift from God and love of Christ.
I promise to turn toward you first, and to cherish you as a true gift God and love itself.
With God's guidance and with the assistance of those gathered here, may you travel forward together through life's ups and downs as married partners. Joseph Walco, do you accept this invitation to be husband and wife?
I do.
Kimberly Rose, do you accept this invitation to be husband and wife?
I do.
We're now going to do the exchange of rings. Yes, you got it right. Good job. Joe, place the ring on Kimberly's finger. And repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and faithfulness.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and faithfulness.
Okay. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and faithfulness.
Joe, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and faithfulness.
At this time,
Help me out.
at this time, I'd like to invite Reverend Sandra up to do the final blessing.
I should be calling you Reverend Sandra the rest of the day.
Yes.
You. In case you don't know, Kimberly and I have been friends since a long time. We refer to each other as longest friends. And what a joy to be here with one of Joe's longest friends, to be a part of this union. When Kimberly was in, yes. When Kimberly was in graduate school, I was also in graduate school the first time. She was in law school, I was in seminary. And she said, you know, you're in school as long as I am. Why don't you just go to law school? Guess who gets to make today official? Just saying.
Fair enough.
You know, I love you. I'm going to love you even more. Kimberly is a part of our family, and I'm so glad that the two of you have found your way to each other. And so I get to offer a blessing. So could you join me, please? Would you join me in prayer? Eternal God, keep in love both Joe and Kimberly as they have come before you and those who have gathered here today to consent and offer their covenant to one another before you and before those gathered here today. I ask that each of you bear witness to the love of God in this world, that in both of you, that those who have not found love will find in you wonderful, wonderful compassion, that they will find in you generous friends through the love of God, through the sustaining presence of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen. Now, I get to pronounce that for the first time, you are officially Mr. and Mrs. Joseph and Kimberly Walker. And the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit.
Started here. We'd like to introduce our bride and groom. Everybody can give it up for Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Walco. Okay, you ready for this?
I don't know. Guys, thanks so much for that introduction. I have to say it feels really good to finally, after almost 10 years, to be introduced as Mr. and Mrs. Today we're going to start right away with some honesty. I think Kim and I would be the first to admit, maybe we had some doubts this day would come. Guess what? It's too late. So, I'm going to let Kim get off her feet now and take a seat for a bit. Jake and Trevor, you have one job right now, and that is to, if you see her running, bring her back. Should be pretty easy with the broken toe, so up to you guys. Okay, so here's my disclaimer too. I first of all want to thank everyone for coming out to celebrate with us. It means so much to us. I want to set some expectations. I've tried to tell everyone. Pretty much everyone who knows me, you know I'm not short-winded. Today is not going to be an exception. So, if you don't have a drink, go get one. You will not offend me if you get up in the middle of the speech to go. If you need your drink topped off, do that now. And if you really know me, you want to get two. So we have a lot of folks that we want to thank and that we want to recognize. So seriously, if you could just settle in and bear with us, we would certainly appreciate it. I'm going to start right away with some of the thanks. I want to call out our officiants, Deb and Sandra. Where are they? There's Sandra. Not sure where Deb is. Deb is my spiritual guide, my good friend, and my guruette, and she did a wonderful job on the ceremony today. Sandra, as she said, has been a friend for Kim for her life. We can't thank you guys enough for not only making us legal with the state, but for binding our hearts and, more important, our souls together. So thank you guys very much. Sandra, I think you did say for a fee you'll be hearing confessions later if things get out of hand today. All right, I'm going to slow it down for a bit right now. I think pretty much everyone knows this isn't our first wedding. And it might not be our last, we don't know. Kim and I certainly know. Well, I mean, life changes fast. We certainly know that. 10 years ago, a day like this never seemed possible, and probably not even wanted. But God had other plans. I'm going to invoke our reading from Gibran, who said, "When love beckons, you follow." But if you look up at the bridal table, there are two empty chairs. On either side of Kim and I is an empty chair for our spouses, Deb and John. We wouldn't be the people we are today without them. And of course, they are represented in our 4 children. So they will live on with us forever. But we want to recognize them today. We didn't have anyone walk us down the aisle. We didn't have anyone give us away. We're too old, right? But we'd like to have one last dance with our spouses to ask their blessings as Kim and I move forward together in marriage with both of them still in our heart. We're going to dance, and if anyone else feels inclined, feel free to join us. thanks, everyone. I think Deb and John would have liked that. I forgot to mention, too, their pictures are up behind us from our wedding to them 29 years ago. Pretty much everyone knows the story of how we met, so I'm not going to go over that now. But I do want you all to keep that in mind. I'm going to go back again to our reading from the ceremony, Thoughts on Love from Gibran. So most weddings focus on the positive declarations of love. Certainly we hear about patience and love, but patience and kindness in Corinthians. And Gibran gets there too in his masterpiece. But Gibran tells us the whole truth about love. Gibran starts by saying that love's ways are hard and steep, and talks about love threshing, sifting, grinding, and kneading us, even crucifying us. Certainly not the image of love most of us carry into a wedding celebration. But this was certainly where Kim and I found ourselves when we met. And we were that way because we were so lucky to have love. But now we also knew what till death do us part felt like. So we asked ourselves so many times, why does love do this? Why does God allow this? We don't have answers. But Gibran throws his thoughts at it. It's so that we are pliant, and so that we are ready to know the secrets of our own hearts. This is also where Kim and I were when we met 10 years ago. Broken and busted open to the universe, but maybe knowing our own hearts for the first time in our lives. Certainly neither of us would ever choose to go through that pain again, but in hindsight, there were gifts. An honest heart was a rarity. Two honest hearts together, that created the bond we're celebrating here today. And it also felt like we were guided by our spouses. Kim and I can clearly see Deb and John sitting on that hillside in Plum Creek Cemetery under the towering oaks between the dogwoods, looking down on us and deciding that they wanted to help us. An angel came into my life. And today she became my wife. We found someone to cry ourselves to sleep with late at night. After the kids were in bed and the chores and the work were done, when the weight of that empty bed and the overwhelmingness of our situation really hit home. If we could have, we'd have both just crawled into a cocoon and disappeared for who knows how long. So Jason Isbell says it way better than I ever could. We often cabin danced to this song in private. But I want to share it now in public with my new wife. We're not going to play the whole song. Our wedding song will come later. I just want one verse of Jason's song to remind Kim and I those days and to put it in perspective how much brighter this day is. So it appears to Kimberly Rose and her genuine soul, this person both beautiful inside and out, who today agreed to become my wife, and to whom I promise to always cherish as a gift from love. Love you with all my heart and soul.
Heart on the run, keep saying on God, you can't trust anyone. I was so sure what I needed was more, tried to shoot out the sun. The days when we raced, we flew off the page, such damage was done. I made it through, cause somebody knew I was meant for someone. So go leave your boots by the bed, we ain't leaving this room. chopping wood. So cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good.
So Kim and I are recognized. We have been given a very unexpected second chance at love. And trust us, this was completely unexpected and something neither of us was looking for. Again, I'll quote Gibran, and think not that you can direct the course of love, or if love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. But again, looking back over 10 years, it was impossible to understand how broken we both really were. And maybe we made some bad decisions, and we certainly weren't the best versions of ourselves all the time, and we were certainly incapable of replacing a lost parent to our children. So to Claire, Emily, Trevor, Jake, we want you to know we did the best we could. Please know we always considered your needs first, and we tried the best we could to provide for you and love you all as best we could, even if it was with our broken hearts. But here's the thing, your hearts are all broken too. You will always carry with you your own empty chairs throughout the rest of your life. Just like I do even to this day. My dad has not been here for either of my weddings. There will always be a hole in your heart, which you have to learn to grow around. You guys were cheated out of a normal family, out of a carefree childhood. You don't have to come to terms with that on your own. Fall back on the folks in this room. Maybe Kim and I didn't provide the best relationship role models at first, but I hope you see we're still trying, we're still learning, and we're still growing, even in our early 50s. Mid-50s? Pushing 60? But here's the other thing. So we're going to be gone soon too. And you guys will have to navigate this world on your own someday. Remember how much of your mom and dad are encoded in your genes. The good, the bad, and the ugly, whether you like it or not. This is a large part of what weaves the tapestry of who you are and what you will become. Will it wash out in the water, or is it always in the blood? That's for you all to decide. Keep the parts that fit, work on the ones that need it or are truncated by tragedy, and always have each other's backs. Remember your shared experiences as brothers and sisters growing up. They will always be the biggest ally. But you guys already know that. And with that, we'd like to raise everyone's glasses to our children, to Claire, to Emily, to Trevor, and Jake. Thank you for bearing with us, and for today, bearing witness that yes, love can survive tragedy, love can grow from destruction, love can truly conquer all. We do have some gifts we're going to give the kids now. If you can put the song on, just do that.
How much of my mother has my mother left in me? How much of my love will be insane to some degree? What about this feeling that I never could have?
Well, whoa, that's very loud. I just wanted to explain what I did with my two daughters. I got them a little gift from me today that hopefully they'll be able to use, but I also went through my jewelry the other day in preparing for this day and found a lot of things that I haven't worn in a long time, and a number of pieces of jewelry that my late husband, who of course will always be a very big part of me, had given me. And so I decided to pass on to them a little early some nice jewelry that I had that their dad gave me. And so I hope they'll wear it and remember that we're always a family. Families grow, they change, they're difficult and they're beautiful and all sorts of things, but we'll always be a family. And I love you two so very much. And I love my new family too.
Uh-oh, Jake's going to say something.
Testing. You guys hear me in the back? Okay. So, in typical selfless fashion, our dad gave a toast to all of us, except for him and Kim. So, I'm here to fix that situation. But first, two little anecdotes. So, as I said, these are two of the most selfless people that I've met in my life. And for Kim, that means she's been like the great mediator for our family. So, Trevor and I will be in arguments over who's doing the dishwasher or who didn't park the car correctly. Or Dad will be mad at me because I've left the fridge open for the 5th time that morning during breakfast. But without fail, Kim puts herself in the line of fire between both of us and breaks up the argument every time. And it has just done wonders for everyone. And this is at cost to her too, because you do not want to get in between Dad and I whenever we're last place you want to be. As for Dad, I actually don't know if you know that I know this story, so this might be big news. So Dad is always invested in Trevor and I. I mean, he got us these nice suits that we're wearing. So, but he's always saved up for us, and bought our college and everything. But that came at great sacrifice to him. So he wouldn't buy himself any nice clothes. He wouldn't buy himself dinners, anything. Kim told me that at the height of him saving for us, he would buy himself one little can of pop a week, and that was his one thing that he would allow himself. And that like touched me to my soul. Like he loves us that much that he's willing to give up everything and just get that for himself. And seeing how that's how you guys treat the people that you love, I am more than confident that your happily ever after will last as long as you guys do. So, this toast is for my dad and for Kim, Mr. and Mrs. Walkout. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Jay. Last page, I promise. I'm going to call out some special thank you to the people that have always supported us and have been there from the beginning, and for those of you who have been with us through the hard times. Susan and Tom, for letting us cry in your basement, for being with us from nearly day one. Rick and Judy, I know you guys ran a little slower so I could keep up at first. Appreciate that. You know, you've been there from day one also. And Judy did this. Kim has been collecting a lot of this for months. And I'm like, well, what's the plan? What's the plan? She says, I don't know. It'll come together. And now I know how. Kim's mom, her brothers, my mom, my sisters. You guys accepted us all right from the start. And it's been unwavering support from all of you. Thank you so much. And this is weird because we have 4 families in our lives, but we have the greatest in-law families with us too. The Worleys, the Brunsons, thank you all so much for accepting this weird family. Ken, for letting me cry in your driveway as we drank beers. Can't forget it. And of course to everyone who gave their time and talents to come here and set up and make this place look gorgeous. I can't thank you enough, and I know Kim especially honors that one. So we love you all, and we wouldn't be here without you. So, last toast, I promise. I realize I'm the only thing standing between us and dinner, so this is it. Relationships. Relationships are hard. Probably the hardest thing we do as humans. But everyone in this room who is in a relationship or has been in one knows that. Kim and I certainly know that. And we have angels guiding us. And we still can't do it right. There will be times when we all need help. That can come from counselors and therapists. And I should have called out our therapist, Danny. Yeah. She's not here, but highly recommended. It can come from books or blogs. You know what? Mostly it's going to come from friends and family. And so I want to appeal to all the folks who are here today, everyone who's in these relationships, to share your knowledge and your support and your wisdom with all of us. It's my hope that you'll be there for Kim and I to remind us of these vows and these promises made today, and for the happiness of this occasion, especially on those days in the future that may not be so happy. And so, to everyone who supports us now, and for all you folks who took the time to come and celebrate with us today, that's everyone in this room. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It means so much to us that you're here with us today, and we love you all. Give yourselves an applause. Big round of applause. All right, this is it. I'm wrapping up, I promise. I'm going to end with one final quote. This one is not from Gibran. So, in the movie Shall We Dance, the main character asks, why is it, do you think, that people get married? I think Susan Sarandon's character answers it perfectly. Because we need a witness to our lives. There's 1 billion people on the planet. I mean, what does any one life really mean? But in a marriage, you're promising to care about everything. The good things, the bad things, the terrible things, the mundane things, all of it, all the time, every day. You're saying your life will not go unnoticed because I will notice it. Your life will not go unwitnessed because I will be your witness. So to everyone who bears witness to the everyday of your partner, as Kim and I both promised today, let's raise our glasses to the mundane and the boring and the mistakes we all make, and certainly to life's big events like a wedding celebration. Here's to us.
We could just go home right now, or maybe we could stick around for just one more drink. Oh yeah. Get another bottle out, let's shoot the shit. Sit back down for just one more drink. Oh yeah. Here's to us, here's to love, all the times that we fucked up. Here's to you, fill the glass, 'cause the last few days have kicked my ass. So let's give 'em hell, wish everybody well. Here's to
If everybody can have their seats, we're going to go ahead and say a blessing so that we can have continuing the fellowship around the table. So if everybody could just have a seat, and we're going to offer a blessing for the meal, for the hands that prepared it as well. If you so choose, I invite you please to join me in a time of prayer. Thank you, O God, for this time again to be here, for the celebration of lives coming together in covenant. And we ask, as always, that your Spirit guide and direct all that they say and do, that in their lives, truly, you will be mirrored, and in their struggles, O God, they will turn to you. And now, as we continue this time together, we ask your blessing upon this food, Allow it to bless our bodies to continue on in this time of fellowship. For the hands that have prepared it, we give you thanks and praise as well. For this we offer, O God, in Christ's most precious name. Together let us say, Amen.
All right, at this time, we're going to ask our bride and groom to come out onto the dance floor. All right, we're going to get our bride and groom out here on the dance floor to start this dance off.
Valentine's, but you make it feel like most of the time. When I'm all alone with you,
I'm encouraging everybody to join the bride and groom.
picking the pieces of my life, sometimes there's ones I just can't find, but they found one with you. Oh, I'm not afraid better with you. Whoa, whoa. Life is better with you. And when I think about the things that we've been through, I know just one thing is true. Life is better with you. Some days are better than other days. But these days, life is better with you. Some days are better than other days. But these days, life is better with you. Life is better. Tell me what you want, I'll give you all that you need. With my heart in my hand, saying please, better, please. Because nobody does that thing you do better than me. The thoughts just swim around in my head. For all the words we ever said, my favorites remain. I love you. Whoa, I'm not afraid to be alone. To be alone is better with you. Life is better with you. Whoa, whoa. Life is better with you. Whoa, whoa. Life is better with you. And when I think about the things that we've been through, I know just one thing is true. Life is better. Every day's not Valentine's, but you make me feel it most of the time with you. You. And all my life I've tried to find the one who makes me feel the way you do. You. Some days better than other days. But these days, life is better with you. Some days better than other days. But these days, life is better with you. And when I think about the things that we've been through, I know just one thing is true. Life is better with you. Whoa, whoa. Life is better with you. Whoa, whoa. Life is better with you. Whoa, whoa. Yes, it is. Life is better with you. Whoa, whoa. Life is better with you.
All right, our dance floor is open.
When we know, gonna show you what I'm talking